That's brilliant. A bit messy, but salmonella. Hello and welcome to Calm Before the Storm, a series of breathing exercises to prepare you for a really hard recipe. In through the nose. Oh, shiver me timbers, folks. Today, you might remember fairly recently I've done some Barry Tries videos, all different chefs' recipes and also some tasty ones. We did the 8 desserts in one pan, we did the 4 cheesecakes in one. This one, on the subject of cheesecake, look at this thing, this monstrosity. So many of you go, Barry, you gotta do this. This is, I think, what they called a triple cheesecake tower. This is gonna be full on today. In essence, what I love about it is it's kind of more of a construction job. There's a lot of like ready-made stuff and we're just gonna try and make it work because in the video they've done, it looks so beautiful and I'm like, I am gonna try this. We'll get onto the individual layers in a minute, but essentially we're gonna have 3 even-sized cake tins like this that are gonna get stacked up, then frosted, then drenched in the ganache with the drizzly kind of drip effect that I've never done before that could fail. But if we get to that point, we are pretty much there anyway. Now on the recipe for Tasty, they actually suggested using slightly larger tins, but that's because you use ready-made cheesecakes and it must be that over the pond, the cheesecakes that you buy that are already bought kind of thing are much bigger than the ones that would fit in this. This is a 20 centimeter tin. So I've gone for New York chocolate and a toffee swirl one. These are all frozen, but I've left them in the fridge overnight to kind of get down to the temperature that we need. Surrounding those cheesecakes are cookie dough, red velvet cake mix, and chocolate brownies. So it's gonna be extremely naughty, but I want it to work so badly. Let's get going and line these tins. There's method to my madness, I promise. Not that there's anything mad about taking the bottoms out, but we're just going to use these as templates, right? So a little bit of Mr. Miyagi wax on, wax off butter styly on the base of one, and we'll line it. This is one, okay? Boom. The first one we're gonna do is the cookie dough, which is why I'm gonna use a spare lid to give me a rough template to drape over the cheesecake. It will make sense when you see it. This is some ready-made cookie dough that you get from most shops. I love how this looks like a bit of a belt buckle as well, randomly. So what I'm gonna do is just put it in the tin first of all and sort of press it down. Oh, just with my fist, oh my God. And we don't want it to be too thick either. So as I'm pressing it, because it's been chilled in the fridge, it is starting to warm up, but it's quite nice that it's a bit more rigid, so you can be a bit more rougher with it. There we go, nice and lined, but we're not there yet. So we're gonna get more dough and just press it against the side of the tin. Oh my gosh. Look at that, it's brilliant. I think that's I would just bake that now and we can just end the video. All right, there we go. There is our vanilla cheesecake. And just to show you, hopefully, yes, it does fit in. The annoying thing is, I don't know if it's just me, I've got this thing about, like when dishes come like this and they're like foil wrapped, I've got to like, snip it off and it just makes me feel really like, cutting tin foil just feels really unnatural. Just see how awkward I feel. Almost as awkward as Boston. What are you doing? Making yourself feel comfortable. So here it is. See? Nice. That cheesecake was 75p. We should be able to just sit it in. Oh, get in there. All right, okay. So I'll press this down a little bit, this dough. So the reason I left these for the moment and I did this one first is because I can use it as a sort of mold to get enough for a lid or a very big cookie. If I can just get it. Oh, yes. I didn't think I was gonna go then. And we'll sit that on there. Oh, look, that looks good. And we've completely, a little bit like a baked Alaska, encased the cheesecake. Bake all 3 filled cakes for 2 hours? What? You'd only bake cookie dough for like 20 minutes max normally. Well, I'm gonna start getting this one in because this is gonna be a hell of a shift. Well, let's get that in there then. 2 hours. Right, we better get our other stuff going. Remember the other day when we did the 4, 3, 2, 1 video part 4 and we did the Creti Bocca ready-made hack thing where you actually don't put egg or any other bits in with these ready-made cake mixes, you just put fizzy drink and it kind of made a fluffy cake. Well, that's what we're sort of doing, except we're doing this to package instructions, so the egg, the oil and the water, and the same with this, but for some reason the red velvet cake one, the oil and the eggs, you don't add the water. I don't know why, but that's what All right, so here's the brownie mix, which we are doubling up. 1 mix, 2 mix. Lots of you suggested it with that hack we did. Orangeade with chocolate cake mix. Chocolate orange cake, baby. Do's eggs, or oofs. Oil, oh yeah. Isn't it amazing how all of this, with that hack again, is just replaced by fizzy drink? No eggs, no oil, and no water. Oh, that's quite a lot, isn't it? So I'm gonna have to carefully mix this together, break those yolks up. Break you. Now, instead of putting this in with the cheesecake now, with it dropping to room temperature, I'm gonna do the other red velvet cake mix, which remember, has no water. And in case you're wondering, yes, it's red velvet cake because it's red. Whenever I've made it in the past, I've always just been like, yeah, it's a cake with red food dye in it. I don't really know why it's called red velvet. I'm sure I could find out, or if you want to let me know in the comments. This is noticeably thicker though, so there's no water in it, but there was a lot more oil and 4 eggs. Okay, so the brownie batter one has the chocolate cheesecake. Okay, start by pushing some of it in there. Oh, wow. So a little base basically for our cheesecake to sit on. Oh, it's so tender. Rest it in. Boom. And then we just drench the other batter on top of it. Look at that. It's just finding its way, it's sliding off of it. I love that. That's brilliant. A bit messy, but salmonella. Oh my gosh, look how high that cookie dough's rose. It's only been 17 minutes as well, so we'll put this in. See you later. In goes the red one, which is so much thicker. I'm worrying how this is gonna move off the top of it in a minute, but let's spread it all around. I'm having to sort of like prod it and encourage it like a nervous kid at a karate class. Basically me, about 25 years ago. This is where I'm gonna be a little bit uncertain because you can see that was a really thick mix and it's fitted in there really well. I went for a toffee swirl one as well. I was supposed to do a vanilla one, hey? Taking it up a notch, guys. When it warms up, it's fine because then it will move around, but it's just this really thick batter that I'm not a fan of. So I'm hoping if I just drape it on the sides first of all, maybe a bit of gravity will help. Yeah, I would have added just a little bit of water looking back, but like I say, I think as it warms up after about 5 minutes in that oven, the batters will find their way and it will kind of settle for me. Out of all of them, this is the one that I'm most uncertain about. It looks a bit weird, doesn't it? Yeah, sometimes they say like, tap it down like that, but that ain't gonna do anything. That's like a Butch. Hi, my name's Red Velvet Batter and I'm Butch. Welcome. Yeah, I'm just gonna I'm gonna shimmy it a little bit, but the cheesecake's gonna get room temperature, so we wanna get that in now, really. It has been the 2 hours. I've stood firm, left the cookie in there. Oh, look at it. Let's get that out and we'll leave this one in for another 10 minutes, even though that looks like it's done too. It's starting to crack on the top. Look at it. It's massive. So this one went in about 10 to 15 minutes after, so that's all good. The one that worries me though, which has still got about 25 minutes, is the red velvet one. So I don't know, I'm gonna open it slightly. Can you see how puffed up that is? I'm really praying that the difference with that batter, it's not sort of just gone up. It's sort of gone up and raised around the cheesecake, so it's just sat in the bottom. That's the thing, what's happened to the cheesecake? They've all risen. Look, just the cookie there, you can see how it's gone over the edge. Now, as things sort of cool down with most cakes, they all tend to sort of drop a little bit. So I'm sort of expecting it to go up to the level of the tin, but we'll see what happens. I'm leaving this to get to room temperature. Look at this massive brownie. Oh. As for the red velvet, look, it's puffed up. It's like a mushroom. Look, that's very done. So these are gonna go for room temperature, which is a perfect timing for me to go and get an early lunch. In true YouTuber style, I've just tweeted that I'm popping out for 5 minutes. Anyone fancy a meet up? And I'm expecting several hundred people just to meet me in this subway just down here. It's gonna be great. All right, here we go. I mean, maybe they got the times wrong, or some. They could be hiding. It's easy, it's shadowy, so. Guys, waiting for me or this guy? It smells in here. I don't know what happened, because like normally it gets like crazy and I get mobbed. Clocks went back, or they're going back, aren't they? So maybe some people got confused and did it this week instead of next week. So I've been shopping and my clock is fast, so we're just getting back to it. Linton, can you edit this out? There's no one here, alright? Cheers. Thanks. God's sake. I'm back. I actually just did a fan meetup, which went pretty well, actually. I'm not sure. What? But we're back, and because it took so long, this is cooled down fully, and my fears are right. Look how much it's dipped down. There's actually like a camber, and this one's still spilling over, but the brownie's got a dip in it as well. It doesn't matter, because I think the most important thing, like everyone's saying, is to get it nice and chilled. So it's going in the fridge. I don't know. I might put it in for a few hours, or I might leave it overnight like it says. But they are sitting snugly now in the fridge, so let's give them a proper good chill. Wow, that was a slam, wasn't it? Sorry guys, now wake you up. Okay, it has been 2.5 hours, not overnight. I'm gonna carry on because this is colder than Arnold Schwarzenegger in the Batman movies. I'll be the one getting you into cooler. So I'm taking the one that's been in there the longest. Yeah, look at that. I mean, that on its own is gonna be amazing. Yeah, that's the thing, I don't wanna break it. All right, that is way flattened out and I've not exposed the cheesecake. But I'm gonna put it back in the fridge whilst to get my other two out. Again with the red velvet cake. All right, so let's get that end off that. Oh gosh. Oh yes! I was expecting this one, like I said, the cheesecake to be like going, hello. Yeah, again, I'm not happy. My phone's ringing, hang on.
Got some information about the accident which you was innocent.
The accident I was in?
Is that right?
No accident. All right, see? It doesn't look that pretty now, but it's gonna give me levels, yo. That's what the cool kids say, innit? Oh. Let's build it. So, just like the recipe says, the next one is some Creti Bocca ready-made cream cheese icing, which is actually the same icing that I made from scratch in the giant cinnamon bun video. Giant cinnamon bun video? Damn right, yes! You've probably seen it by the time this video goes up. We saved the footage. Woo! But this ready-made icing is gonna wedge those three pieces together and actually frost the entire cake. This is the top of my turntable. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna build the cake on this and then we'll lift it onto the thing once we need to do the sides. So to keep it still, I'm going high-tech by using a tea towel. Yeah, look at that. Oh, here it is. So I'm just gonna blob on a little bit of the cream cheese for it to sit down and grip it. Kind of like that stuff that people put on dentures to hold them in place. All right, so we'll start with the cookie dough one. Oh, that has bit it like a dream. And I'm gonna start to just put that initial layer on first of all. Oh, look how high that is now. I am loving that. In it goes. Right, not for too long, just giving it a quick chill. I have that up already, but forgot to turn my camera on. I'm gonna try and stick this onto my thing. Oh my gosh. And what I'm gonna do is splodge some on. So that's why it's called the crumb layer, because particularly that top one, that red velvet cake, which was quite crummy, it's just kind of patting those in and sticking them down. All right, so that's in there, first layer, firming up. So this is the big fat frost, and then we will leave it overnight because I want the cheesecakes to be firm when I take that slice out tomorrow. And also the ganache. I haven't even thought about that yet. There we go. Oh my gosh. What I'm gonna do is pile a load on, a real big mound on the top of the cake. I'm gonna do the same. Literally, oh no, it's so warm. I'm plastering this on here. And some on the worktop as well. Smoothing it out. Oh, that's looking good. Hey, I'm actually quite happy with that. I've never really done this before. Do you know what? I'm gonna stick this in the fridge overnight now because I'm gonna probably tidy up one extra layer, but it's so warm in here right now. It's like the hottest day of the year right now, Mrs. B. Is it like the hottest day of the year?
I think it is.
It's really hot.
It's pretty hot.
Good morning, I hope you slept well. Yesterday it got to a balmy 15 degrees in here. It was hot, but luckily we got the cake iced. I'm really happy with it. It's been in the fridge overnight, but I'm not getting it out yet. We need to make the glaze. You're gonna need some cream. Ooh, sometimes referred to as heavy cream. Basically the stuff that you whip. Some good quality dark chocolate. Give it a smash to make the melting process easier. Going in the microwave. 30-second blast, stirry stirry, you want to get it glossy. There's still a few lumps in it, so I reckon another 30 seconds. Oh yeah. We'll leave that down there, but oh look, this is the bottle that came with the pancake pans. We got those novelty ones, the pug, the owl and the unicorn. This is almost perfect for a ganache, so with the cake being cooled, I've been told, I've never done this, as I say, it's best to have a cold cake. This needs to sort of cool down as well, so it sort of stiffens up, and we should be able to drizzle. Just spread that out initially. I'm gonna stick it back in the fridge just to set that ganache, and I need to chop some chocolate. Whilst that's back in the fridge setting my lovely drips, I have got a bar of chocolate. This is milk. In case you're wondering why there's a piece missing, I had to make sure it was chocolate. So I'm just cutting it fairly neatly, and actually into their individual blocks like this. So it's going to take me a little while, but I want to get some fairly even sized chunks. So a block halved and then into like 3 pieces, okay? Boom, boom. Little bits that we're going to push on the cake. So let's jump to that. There we go. That's a lot more. Stick them on the cake. I guess I just press it in like that. Yes! Right, back in the fridge just because I want to put it in the fridge. All right, it's time to get it out of the fridge and try and take that slice out of it. Part of me is like, oh, what if the squeeze cakes, the cheesecakes are all squished together? It's going to be nice though, isn't it, no matter what happens. It's good to know as well that I've got the moral support of the dogs just falling asleep in their bed there, but it's been emotional. Let's see if this has worked. I'm taking it off the turntable because I don't want it to spin around. I just sharpened my knife as well. Okay. Oh, it's not too bad. I left the top bit in there. Ah. Oh. But look, it's worked. That would have been perfect, but my knife just kind of gave way. Oh. That's better now. I've taken 2 wedges out of it. I can't believe it's held together. Hey Boston, there's something you don't see every day, huh? Yes. The red velvet cake is very, very naughty because you're getting the cake batter, and then the cheesecake middle, which is probably even naughtier, it's just hitting it too. The brownie. I'm not gonna lie, it's basically a sugar high. I'll have some of the cookie dough as well, but conclusion. It does take a fair amount of time, but it's fun. I mean, look here, it's a cool looking thing. It's extremely naughty though. I mean, you couldn't even have a wedge like that for like 1 person. Like that, it should feed probably about 60 people with the calorie content in 1 cheesecake alone. You got 3, you got the buttercream, you've got the cakes and the brownies and the cookie as well. It's naughty. But you guys wanted to see me do it, so I hope you get inspired to give this or any other recipes a go. If you've got any other suggestions for the Barry Tries playlist, it could be a recipe from another website, it could be from a chef, who knows. Don't forget to check out the rest of the playlist, have a marathon, and I'll see you again next time.
Check your level, player. No matter what your style, the kitchen's for me. Simon's moustache, goatee, maybe all 3.
Excuse me, Boston. I'm trying to do a video, mate. It's quite putting me off that.